Hello everybody, my name's Ryan and welcome back to the Vault. We're back with more strange antiquities. David Schaefer. I've been even worrying rumor about Verona Green, saying she drowned in the lake. For our sakes, they're wrong. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item in thermic significance in his burial chamber. It's never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs in a place known as All Shields. Perhaps it's better leave it to those who know what they're doing. MBM. Strange sensation. Nancy Irwin. Done something quite stupid. I went exploring in Heathwood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. I've not felt well since. Please help me. Black Heart. Lamb Siphon. Cervical part of the item, clearly it resembles the seed pod of the sheepsnap plant. Truth Conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not want the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. The gentle sound that produces anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. Because that is the symbol of deception and makes a noise. That is white. Curator. As a curator of Anime's Museum of History, Thaddeus is a collector of artifacts and curiosities from around the world. He has an eye for the rare and the unusual and enjoys telling the world's unheard stories through his collections. Over the years, he has also amassed a collection of items he does not put out on display. These are items that it would be best the public did not know about. They are known as dark articles. You don't know me, but it's time I introduced myself. The curator of Museum of History here in Anamir. Eli and I have a complicated relationship. Don't all siblings. I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he left town for a few days. I want to bring him this, but I know he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. You know this is a pit. Don't know what this is, or any of this. Simone Green. Jupiter! Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. I hope my mother is okay too. Lost count of the amount of gossip I've heard about her misdeeds over the years. The truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. In the meantime, I believe I've found another clue in the journal. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. 3 resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. Lightest first, heaviest last. Umbra, Elverstone, Corvin's Might. There's definitely something unusual about this item. I can't quite put my finger on it, though. Can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item or my own imagination. Feels unusual. Not odd exactly, but energetic somehow. Gold. Painted black. Don't know what that is. I guess I'll figure that out later. Got a fright when they brought the body of that poor drowned woman to me with those lifeless black eyes. I thought for sure it was Verona at first. She doesn't look like her. But we're quite certain it's a lady from Hogshead who went missing a few days ago. There's one thing I can't get out of my head, though. Why would she try and swim across the lake? And in the meantime, Verona's still missing. I don't like to use thermic needles as a rule, but the circumstances are beyond the rulebook. We need answers. restored. Alright. Three. 1. Right now. One. 3. 2. Home smooth. Let's see. Thalmic needle. It is a tall item. Using my weighing scales and a candle, I can confirm that its weight does indeed reduce when heated. Loam. Sometimes called the Hamlet of Jupiter. Loam is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows that it can only last for so long before time catches up. When it does, it often hits harder. Jupiter. Tin. The people are afraid, and they are right to be, but it's too late for them. They are no use to us, but you might be. Yourself, and perhaps Holgar, deem you worth saving. Acquire an object, steady my restless congregation, and remind them. Why I am the one to lead us through the turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. Fortnance or Morgan's Folly. Well, we're gonna put a stop to it. But... need to stone. Tormund's Bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis, or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit a diurnal field pattern. I sure hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. The rider's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. Oh. I am marked by Jupiter. Jupiter 10. Looks like a 4. Mark of Jupiter on my map leads me to a square room on the ground floor. Other than an intriguing torn note, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest until I notice that the bookshelf is mounted on a runner and can slide to one side. I push it and it glides easily, revealing a hidden recess in the wall behind it. The castle vaults are blocked. It can be opened by gold that produce. The castle vaults are blocked by a diurnal seal. It can be opened by an object made from silver or gold that produces a diurnal field. Mars in winter, rising in summer. To the vaults. The vaults are blocked by a large iron door. It has no handle or keyhole, and it does not give in the slightest when I push against it. I realize that that it's been thermically sealed, but that's not much help. It's not clear what I need to open it. Made of silver or gold, diurnal field. Moonstone Guardian. The door slides open without a sound, as though it has been kept well oiled over the years. Behind it, I find a large natural cavern that extends into the rock beneath the castle. Somewhat disappointingly, the walls are lined with racks of whiskey bottles instead of rows of artifacts that I was picturing. When I showed Edmund, he was delighted and he spent some time examining the dusty shelves. It's not long before he makes a find that I'm surprised I missed. I returned to the shop with a spring in my step and a curious item that demands further study. Bronze, iron, sharp edges, grave symbols. Nothing to mark, nothing to mark. Leaf, acorn, star, thingy. Seasons. The bishop's square is a simple tool for my great-great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on a briar's disc. By all accounts, he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zaya. Imagine invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noticing their locations in a code that only he understood. Mars in winter, rising in summer. Winter is the star. Mars. Iron. Summer. I know. That's summer. Smells and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares while following the clues left me by a mad old man. What was I thinking? I'm not going to find anything here. And the exact spot where the map leads me, there's something. A floorboard that has been cut and replaced. With a little difficulty, I lift it up and feel around the cavity below before my fingers grasp something. Which is not. Okay. Triangle. stone. Hard and cool. Nothing to mark. Nothing to mark. Triangle, that thing, that thing. Fire. Phosphorus. Paralysis. Can't be confusion. Fire, ice, and paralysis. Don't know what that is. Oh well. I can't say too much, but has fallen to me to carry a secret that people would kill for, and people have killed for. It's a lot of weight to carry around in my head, and it's getting harder to bear around certain family members. It occurred to me that it would be safer in an ecumenical. I'm in the room. Unpleasant sensation when it's empty. Shadow anchor is sometimes used in practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the body. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, but others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Diurnal. Diurnal. People are getting restless. Followers of Olgar have been marching through the streets with that crazed priest in their head. Not long ago, that sort of behavior wouldn't have been tolerated under me. Now there are people joining in. And to answer to your question, yes, it is possible to capture a wandering shroud. To the north of town, if you follow the little stream up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly at some ancient significance. It is not common to see wandering shrouds there. Be patient, be still, and they will come. Your friend Barton. North of town. After a pleasant walk along the back, I reach a series of grassy mounds. See if this is actually a spirit vault. I sit and wait quietly and patiently, not certain exactly what I'm looking for, but for some time nothing happens. But then, long after my mind has drifted toward a warm fire and hearty supper, I notice a movement in the corner of my eye. A strange thin mist has formed near one of the barrows. It seems to produce a sort of dark light, a contradiction that my eyes have trouble perceiving clearly. The ethereal creature. Oh, surely this is a creature of some kind, and was toward the vault that I have for this purpose, and I don't breathe as it slowly nestles itself within a receptacle. Barton. Deeply from the spirit vault, and it clears my mind. I don't care to linger too long down here, but I forge on until I reach an unmistakable hall of shields. A stone sarcophagus sits on a raised portion of rock in the center of the cavern. I hold the torch close to better see the inscription on the side. Reads the sun's light will reveal my gift. Mystified, I cast my eye up the walls of the cavern and search the shields for some other clue, but nothing stands out. The sunburn vanishes the darkness in an instant, half blinding my gloom-adjusted eyes and brings summer's warmth to the cold cavern. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields in particular is glowing in a bright light. I reach up and pull the shield down to reveal a small cavity hewn into the rock behind it, instead of a blood-red urn. I'm wasting my time here. I got to thinking after I left earlier. Transferring this secret to an ecumenical only adds an extra step. Yes, safer than walking around with it in my head, but I would know where to find it. What I really need is a truth conduit so that I can deceive them into thinking I know nothing at all. Abrasive mether. This type of mether is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. Methers are typically used in communal ceremonies, designed to be easily passed from person to person. Evelyn Bennett. I've never felt more tired or more devoid of life. An apathy has settled in my bones that I do not seem to be able to shift, but while I still have breath in my lungs, I will not succumb without a fight. By the grace of Grey, I will find a way forward. I've had a tip-off about something exciting. Have you come across the so-called nameless gods? You also know that the tall stones that you sometimes find in high places were once doorways of a kind. But here, the exciting part, an inscription has appeared on the stone that sits at top with a limb. This is where you come in. I'm confident that a pit will open the doorway. The other option is a failure to read the inscription. But they say that if you read the language of the nameless gods, you become cursed, which I can't say I like the sound of. Lean toward the more direct approach, but then again, that could be dangerous too. That means I have a Babelia. Mantic field. Alright, Mantic. Triangle. Resemble. The design on the item resembles a Mantic field pattern. Thank you. I hope this works. As a token of appreciation, something for you to ponder over. Hello, sandstone. Crumbly. Nothing to mark. Nothing to mark. With dreams of earning his fortune long banished from his mind, man brought the casket to a trusted friend, the curator of museum in Undermere. Together they looked for answers. A sword. I am buried within Night of Thorns. Souther fell. So they fell 1356. $13.56. 16. 12. 1777. The Tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary filled with unknown dead from Battle of Southafell. It is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. Happily, I am able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and don't look back until I am out in the bright of day once more. Fire. Anti-fire. Fire, water, air, earth. Air. Water. Fire, earth. Rough and pitted. Smooth. Telling to mark. Disquiet lances through my body. Textured. Bronze. Gemstone. Black and white. Onyx. Stone, night, and darkness. There are some who fear it and some who are seduced by it. Flies seem to pierce my soul. Red clay. Small green gemstones. I've noticed that some people claim not to fear death. They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Not me. Not the great Pope, Thomas Pope. Give me pain, give me fear. If I can feel, then I know I'm alive. Going back to nothingness, that's what I fear. I'm going to do my best to live forever, starting today with Elohim. Vigil's Hand, Tin, Jupiter, Fire. Cassandra. The eyes of the Cassandra focus on the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path. No paths ahead. These items do not produce a magnetic field as one might expect, but rather more mysterious selenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by paths shown to them and have been led to ruin. Selenic field. Triangle. Selenic field. Diurnic. Selenic. eyes. Maybe. Agnes Dent. There's been an unexpected death in my family. It has hit all of us quite hard, but particularly my husband. I'd like to gift him a heart chamber. Sketch of Holgar bears sigil that resembles Holgan Grim Mask. Bryak Charm. Powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times of darkness, wisdom in times of uncertainty. Wields power of Maiden Mother Crone, the Wiccan Triple Goddess. Wiccan. Triple Goddess, which is not Rebirth, Horned God, which is Sign, Blessing. Did you ever work out what that Bishop's Square thingy was? Suddenly remembered this note that I found some time ago, and it occurred to me that it might be related. Almost threw it away, but it intrigued me, so I held on to it. I haven't a clue what it means. Blessings since spring rising in autumn. Autumn's acorn. Blessing is that. The symbol on the map led me up the winding stair of the north tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take me long, and I am soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to a growing collection. Let me check that symbol. Don't have it in here. Fire and wax. Thaddeus White. Something isn't right at the museum. Word, it's all my fault. I'd hoped my brother would be back by now. I've had an idea. I'm not thaumatized, but I think we can get using the witherance. Ah, dear me, this had better work. You're sure it'll work? Or you hope it'll work? Folium. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the hand of Prior. Rare huntsmen, those wanting to prove themselves, perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk as a folium blade. It's the only known way to pierce its thick armor. Hand of Prior. Jacob Priestley. My mind is severed. Need method. Mind is severed. Wixic cord. Despite the name, these simple-looking items do not produce the Wixic field. They belong to the diurnal branch. These cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. Paralysis. I discovered something via the thermic needle. The woman who tried to swim across the lake was compelled to do so by some invisible force. She was looking for something, and whatever it is, it's right here and under me. That's not all. I decided to experiment with the Ambra. When I was under its spell, I heard its whispers. Something was calling to me, and it left me feeling terribly afraid. This must be what was keeping my patients in a trance-like state. I've never used a Guardian Siren before, but it occurred to me that I might be able to use it to drown out the whispers. Like a thermic needle. Closer. The spectre reveals its attention-demanding power. Karek's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peels back into years, allowing to glimpse into the past. The effect of it's often murky and blurred, but it works passably on stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. Makes sense because those are the symbols of wax and fire. The curator learned that the Nalian casket is a dark article, class reserved for the most cursed and most dangerous of objects. He locked it away deep within the museum's archives, along with other such artifacts that are best kept from public eyes. Axe? I'm under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Well, considering how long it's been, I'd say thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe, ring that bell. I'll see you all next time in the vault. Peace.